Hey, welcome into this week's Chuggin' Chan. I'm Cousin Randy out here on the West Coast, best coast, beautiful San Francisco rooftop. I got something for those people out in Indy, and it ain't the 500 that I love so much. Let me chug, then I'm gonna chant. All right, you Colts fans, this is coming straight for you and straight for Frank Reich. Yes, that head coach of yours, he's on the hot seat and he better get it together. This might be his last run. He's supposed to be the QB whisperer, blah, blah, blah. Well, you got your boy Carson and you didn't do anything with him. You didn't do anything. You let him choke in the end. He had a decent season, but nothing great. All right. You've had 4 quarterbacks in 4 years. Now it's going to be 5 in 5 years. You got to get it together. Only made the playoffs twice. You only won 1. You only 37-28. You're not killing world beaters here. 56% win percentage. Come on now, Frankie. You got to get it together. Irsay is not patient. That owner's just throwing caution to the wind. He wants to win so goddamn bad. Frank Reich's on the hot seat here. He better get it together. Matt Ryan's his last chance, and oh my God, Matty Ice better not get cold on this last season for Frank Reich, because if so, he's gone. G-Man, T-Money, where do you stand on Frank Reich? Is he safe, or is he got to be a little worried about this next season?
And thank you, Cousin Randy. We appreciate that. Yeah, you got a little accent this time, Cousin Randy. You got a little accent, I noticed. I like that you called Frank Reich Frankie, too. That was kind of funny, but hey, man, he should be worried. I agree. Reich should be worried. T-Money, he's in a little bit of trouble. We've talked about him for the last couple of weeks. They can still win the division, though, crazily, but I don't think so.
Yeah, I think he's on the hot seat. I think even if he wins the division and makes the playoffs, he could be on the hot seat. I think the owner, Jim Haslam, wants them to win a playoff game, man. I don't see Frank Reich getting past this year unless they win. They better win a playoff game. Making the playoffs will not be enough. I really don't think so. The division's too easy. They should be winning this division every year. Every year. Yeah. Carson Wentz was good enough to win the division. Phillip Rivers good enough to win the division. All these Andrew Luck. I mean, they should be winning the division every year. And the rest of their team is stacked. I think Frank Reich's gone regardless of this, regardless of what happens this year, because man, that AFC is too tough. I don't see them beating anyone in the playoffs.
Carson Wentz's best NFL season was 2017. Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator in Philly. Those guys had a run together. 3,296 yards. Made the Pro Bowl. Carson Wentz. They thought they could run it all back, and it did not work out. What a story, man.
Yeah.
I mean, Frank Reich stood by him. I give him credit for that. He defended him and stood by him. But, man, you also got to be, smart with your players. What do you have? What did Carson Wentz do since 2017? And take a look at that, too. 2019, Frank has a 7-9 record. 2020, they go 11-5 with Phillip Rivers. They're feeling pretty good. They bring Carson in. Oh, man, like you said, they missed the playoffs 9-8, and they lose. All they had to do is win one of the last 2 games. They lose to the freaking Jacksonville Jaguars. And
sad. It's embarrassing. Yeah, it just embarrassing loss there. And that's the biggest thing, is being embarrassed in the NFL as one of the owners is not going to be, they're not going to be happy about that. So I think that's the biggest thing, is the sour taste that's left in the mouth here. He better make the playoffs. I mean, he could get fired mid-year if they start out slow. I think he is on the hottest seat of anyone in the NFL right now.
And they were the 8th team last year. They were 9-8. They were the 8th team they just missed. And they're going to have a tough time getting in. I don't know that they beat Tennessee. So
that's what I'm saying. They got to win the division.
Wild card.
They got to win the division. They are not going to get in on the wild card.
Yeah, because you got the Browns, you got the Ravens, you got the Broncos. All these teams that did not make the playoffs are going to be moving
Ravens,
up.
You're
Chargers, right. They almost have to win the division.
Guys. Yeah, they better win the division or they're not making the playoffs.
Yeah,